welcome to another episode of George Explains. Hello everyone, I'm George from Anchor Creative Education and welcome to this quick video about fronted adverbials. What the heck is a fronted adverbial? It's a fronted adverbial, my friend, a word or a phrase. A fronted adverbial is not a sentence, it's a sentence starter. A fronted adverbial is a word or a phrase that comes at the start of a sentence, a main clause. A main clause: George kicked the ball, George ran away, George waved, George is very cool. A main clause is a sentence which makes sense on its own. A fronted adverbial is not a sentence. A fronted adverbial is a sentence starter. It appears at the start of the sentence before your main clause begins, and we use a comma to keep the fronted adverbial away from the main clause. There are 5 questions that we like to use in Anchor that help us remind us how to use fronted adverbials, and we can answer how much, where, why, when. How much, where, why, when. It's a fronted adverbial. So my sentence could be Tom cried. And now I can answer those 5 questions before the main clause, Tom cried, begins. I must use a comma to keep my fronted adverbial away from my main clause. So how? Loudly, Tom cried. How much? For 25 hours. Tom cried. He was incredibly sad. Somebody ate his cheesecake. How much? Where? Where? In the garden. Tom cried. Full stop. How much? Where? Why? Because of the rain. Tom cried. Full stop. When? Just after midnight. Tom cried. Full stop. And we can make these fronted adverbials far more detailed using beautiful noun phrases and adjectives. We must remember to use a comma before our main clause begins. If you said, because of the lightning, Joe went home. I'll do that again. Because of the lightning, Joe went home. And you do not use a comma, then that boy's name, Joe, isn't Joe anymore. That boy's name is Lightning Joe. Hey baby, my name is Lightning Joe. We need to be really careful when we are writing and think of our reader. Our reader doesn't know what we mean. Our reader isn't in our head. The punctuation that we use makes our work clear. Because of the lightning, comma, Joe went home. In the middle of the garden, Joe sang a lovely song, full stop. Due to the horrible weather, Joe pretended to be a hedgehog for 4 hours, full stop. How much, where, why, when. Thanks for watching, folks. There's a link up here for our fronted adverbial song. There's loads of good examples there, but remember to use that comma between the fronted adverbial, the sentence starter, and the main clause. Please subscribe to our channel and tell all of your friends. How much, where, why, when. How much, where, why, when. Answer these questions to make a fronted adverbial.